Wow.
Hey, y'all.
It's here. Monday has arrived. We've missed you all. It's been an entire week.
It has. It's been 7 days since we gathered around this very table in this very room, talking about some of these very topics.
Andrew, you've been pretty quiet this week. I don't know what's going on in your life. Maybe you've just been busy.
I've just been busy.
I'm sure you have lots to tell us today.
Tim, there are several things that I meant to hit on last week, and I completely biffed. I missed it because Adam was here, and I was excited.
It was also our first Monday back.
It was our first Monday back, but also whenever Adam's around, I feel like I have to be mature and a little bit doctoral.
Yeah, Steph said last week's episode was kind of boring.
And you suck in your gut.
I suck in my gut. I try to do push-ups.
Because you're next to Tim and
It's
Adam.
awful. It's just terrible.
It definitely
Listen,
looks like the progressive picture of a before and after.
If you're an ugly,
except it's going from
if you're an ugly pastor and you'd like someone to be your friend, I would love to be your better-looking friend. So if you're a pastor out there and you're worse looking and in worse shape than me, let's hang out. Let's be buddies.
Podcast, Tim and Adam were just like,
They were
so
just
what
doing-
brand of creatine do you use? Literally. That's what
Yeah, they were
talking
talking about how they just snort lines of creatine off of iPads. It was so weird. It was so weird. Anyway, that was last week, but yesterday was Sunday.
And this is the morning after.
Welcome to the Morning After Ministry Show, a caffeine-fueled look back on the week and ministry that was.
Hey, we're here. You're
What up,
here.
City Lights Church?
City Lights, great to see you. If you're in the Scranton, PA area, you already know the drill. Great church up there, as long as there's not some sort of pop performer in town where they would shut down.
Listen, it's just because of the election that they did that. John Legend was out there stumping for a candidate.
I'm not saying it was right or wrong. I'm just saying if there's like a major artist in town, they might not have church. That's all I'm saying.
I get it. Look, we have a lot of things we got hit on. First of all, yesterday was quite literally the hottest day in the history of Tampa Bay measuring the temperature. That is crazy.
Steph and I pushed off our afternoon walk to the late afternoon because it was not comfortable to go outside.
It was
period.
Just stupid hot. And yet, we came and did church. We still had people sitting outside yesterday.
Why?
I don't know.
That sounds terrible.
I am so glad that as the pastor, I don't have the option to sit outside because there's just people that come and they want to sit outside.
But no, if Andrew was outside, he would be seated.
Oh,
For
I would
sure.
be seated.
He was Andrew, I was sitting on stage yesterday. It was the
How did
most
it
bizarre.
feel? Did you have a stool or a
did.
chair?
But
I did.
If you're sitting on stage, you need to be taller still. You can't have a chair on stage.
No. It was a stool. Like I was able to just lean back. It just felt weird.
And Tim has the unique privilege of looking good while seated, where
First of all, how dare you? Are you saying that I don't look good? Why do you think I moved the table?
Do you have the table strategically positioned?
I wouldn't say yes, strategically, so that my Bible and my iPad can both be in front of me,
And so that your body is hidden in just the right way.
so that I don't. That's the real reason that I wear ties, because when you're built like me, your shirt buttons tend to open themselves sometimes, so you got to have the tie covering everything.
Here's the deal, boys. It is Monday, and if you are brand new to the show, watching or listening, Facebook land, YouTube, wherever you're at on the podcast, this is what we do. Each and every Monday, we get together, we chat the week in ministry that was. What is happening?
they said they can't hear me.
Frank is apparently quiet, so I'm just turning him up just a little bit.
Can't hear Frank.
Can you hear me now?
Give Frank some more juice.
I'm trying to.
Can you hear me now?
He was very, very loud previously.
That's offensive.
Maybe not anymore. If you're just joining us, welcome. We have lots to chat about. We chat the week in ministry that was. If Andrew forgets a topic, we'll bring it up weeks later.
We'll bring it up so much later. Let's just get right to the one that I wanted to talk about last week, but I forgot. A couple weeks ago, we both had baptism Sundays on the same week. We didn't discuss the fact that we were having
Steph says he's fine. We can hear him.
We did not discuss the fact that we were having baptism Sundays on the same week, and we just do them a little bit differently.
Where and when do your baptisms take place?
Here. So if you look directly
in this space that we're looking at, they're looking at.
like right between you and me on the screen, Tim, is so under that
TV.
TV. So we have a Rubbermaid horse trough, like 100-gallon plus horse trough that comes in through those doors right out there.
Wait, the one that we gave you?
No, you guys got rid of yours. We bought one at Tractor Supply. I used my...
Did you throw ours away?
I think so. I used my
Sorry.
father-in-law's phone number when I went to Tractor Supply.
Get the discount?
Because, well, they live in Arkansas, and they spend a whole lot of money at Tractor Supply.
Makes sense.
And so I thought, hey, let's get him some points. And so we bought a horse trough, and it comes in, it goes up on the first level of the stage, not the second level of the stage, because that's where all the sound gear is.
Smart.
And
Smart.
we fill it up with a hose. It takes about 10 minutes to fill and takes about 2 hours to drain via siphon. And so we do
That
them
is not quick.
right under that TV.
Do you heat it?
We do not heat it. It's
We have an extra heater.
for whatever. I mean, we'll take it, sure. For whatever reason, they happen to be usually in the summer when we do them, and so the groundwater is 78 degrees anyway. It's not like it's super.
78 is not hot.
It's not hot, but it's not cold.
78 is cold.
You're in there for 14 seconds.
Chill. That's a chill.
So, but
We baptize in 90,
that's
which sounds hot, but it's not that hot. Like it feels
here's the
good.
thing: the early church would not be cool with that. The early church wanted to baptize in cold, moving water. They also typically baptized naked.
About to say, they
we
probably
don't
weren't clothed
We don't
either.
do that. We don't
Hey,
do.
but
Actually, true story. Last week's baptism.
Tim has a story.
See, this is why we need to talk about
We
this.
did have a baptism last week. It was not at church. We don't just do baptisms at church. If someone wants to get baptized outside of a traditional
Yeah.
baptism Sunday, we will absolutely make it work. We've done baptisms in my pool. We've done baptisms at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And last week we had a home group where 2 of our guys were getting baptized. I got the photos from an elder, and one of our guys went full-on shirtless in the baptism. I felt weird posting the shirtless baptism photo, but
I don't
you know
think
what?
it's weird.
I mean, historically speaking, this is very normal.
Yeah.
He probably has more clothes on than the early church.
I had a conversation with a mom yesterday who has a middle schooler who is very intimidated about being baptized in front of the whole church.
I get that.
And so, like, we can do pictures, video.
Yep.
It's a thing where, and the table I was, because this was in the fellowship hall after church, and we were talking about, well, we could do like a honeymoon island. We could do a beach baptism thing.
Sure.
We've done that at lots of churches, but some of the older people don't like driving if it's going to be dark coming home from the beach kind of thing, which I get, and I want it to be a part of the life of the. We're not a huge church, and so we don't have a ton of baptisms, maybe 3 or 4 in a year. So we want everybody to get to experience it when we do it.
It's a time of celebration.
It is, and it's
So how do you do
especially
this?
when it's younger people in the church.
When someone comes to you and says, I want to get baptized, then do you put a date on the calendar, or do you have a baptism date picked out and you say, hey, if you're out there and you know you're ready to get baptized, we got a baptism Sunday coming up?
Once we have a couple of people who want
Yeah.
to be baptized,
Yeah, that's good.
then we start advertising, hey, we're going to do it on this day. If you'd like to be, we'd love to include you in this.
And then typically on your baptism Sunday, like 4 people afterwards, like, hey, when's the next baptism
Yeah.
Sunday? And that's when you'll set up like the stuff outside of the normal one.
But here's what I wanted to talk to you about, because we did a video. I don't know if you saw it on our socials or not, but
I might have.
you might have. There were 2 Larson boys
Yes.
being baptized. Landon Crouch, it is super early in California.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
That's
What are you doing in the office that early?
very, very
For the record, I was here at 5:30 this morning, but that was because I had to take my dad to the airport, and I knew
never hear that early.
I knew that if
Not
I
even on a Sunday
if
you're
I
gonna
no, I get here at 9 o'clock because our parking here says church parking from 9 till noon. So I want to honor the city and not park till 9, or that's just when I roll up. It's a 10 o'clock service. I'm here an hour early. I'm good.
That's it?
That's terrifying.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's how he rolls.
that's how I roll. It's never been an issue. I can get here earlier if need be.
City Light says baptism and ice bath knock out the health
Yeah,
benefits all in one.
all
health and spiritual.
But so we do a video of each person with a testimony and
like
whatnot.
that. I like
because I think the idea of sticking a microphone in a 12-year-old's face, especially in front of 70 or 80 people,
Right. While they're in
who
the water.
who knows what kind of nonsense you would get. And so by doing a video, then I get to kind of edit down and
Love it.
put the music behind it.
Yep.
What kind and I know you guys, you do the interviews and all that kind of stuff, but do you have any type of public testimony when people are being baptized at Lakeview?
We've done it in the past. We haven't in a while. I like the video idea best. I would like to get back to that.
But then do you feel like the people that got baptized in the most recent season that didn't get a video are getting cheated by?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I talk to everyone individually, and I hear their story, and we talk through what it means to get baptized and what the logistics are going to look like on Baptism Sunday. But it would be fun for the rest of the congregation to hear how the Lord's worked in their heart and why they've come to this spot in their life to get baptized. I think it's a beautiful story. I love the idea of video testimonies. I think it's the best way to do it, because then you can Also, show them on social media. You can
That's
share them around. They can
what
make
we
it in the
did with
weekly
it.
email. There's a whole lot of things you can do with it.
Now,
When does the baptism actually happen? Is it on a Sunday in service?
we do it on a Sunday in service, and
Or
we do
after
it.
service?
We do it before we dismiss the kids because
okay.
you
And you don't. I see. I have to get in the tank.
Yeah.
So I have to change. We have to do the whole thing. You can do it.
I keep trying to copy it so that you can put it in the show notes, and it just keeps giving me the show notes again. I have a link to the video where we did it so that you can see what we're doing.
We can put it in there. We'll add it in there. We recently switched up how we do baptism Sundays. We used to do it like you in the worship center, but we realized it's Florida. The weather's awesome. We have a courtyard.
You do.
And when people kind of circle up around the baptismal, it's awesome. And it's
See, and
a
I saw
ton of fun.
that's the other thing I wanted to see, because I know you guys bought a baptistry that was like kind of a permanent fixture. So like you had
we tear it down.
okay, because you had
It's pieced together like a puzzle.
okay, because you had like the inflatable hot tub pool thing for a season, right?
No, this is the same one.
Okay.
It was always just the you can leave it up if you want, but it's super portable. It comes in pieces, and then the liner goes in over the pieces.
Okay.
And it came with 2 heaters instead of 1, which we only use 1.
And you're in Florida, and you probably don't need,
don't
especially
need-
if you're outside, you can fill it up and leave it for an hour.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
It's been great. So the outside baptisms have been a ton of fun.
And
We've got-
draining it is so much easier if it's outside too.
for sure.
Yeah.
And like getting a quick, I think the last 2 times Frank has put together the baptism reel highlight video for us for the socials, and he's done a great job of that, and that's been a ton of fun.
So
seeing it like that.
What do you do? That you're taking the pictures, getting the videos, throwing it together.
Every time I'm doing better of like having some idea of what I'm going to do before I get there. But my thought is I want to capture as much as I can. And then when I get home after church, I will look at what Forrest Frank song is popping. And
It's true. It's what he does.
And somehow stitch together a video. And so between the video and Carlos's pictures, I was able to do some.
See,
pretty
that's
cool
the
stuff.
real secret weapon that you guys have.
Honestly, like that's like the one thing about leaving Lakeview and starting this church that I'm like gonna be. That's like the only thing I'm gonna miss. But like one thing I'm gonna miss is
The only thing I'm going to miss
the
about
super
Lakeview.
great professional photos that
We do have
Carlos
we have a
makes.
volunteer photographer. He's been with us for a while now, and he just loves doing it. Like he just loves taking photos every single week. So it's pretty cool, And we share a Dropbox, so every week I'll get a link, and there'll be like 30 to 40 DSLR high quality professional shots of the service. So lots to choose from for the socials. We can utilize them throughout the year. Yesterday, which was Sunday. Was also Vision Sunday for us, and on every slide was 1,
like-
2, 3, or 4 of Carlos's photos. So we actually utilize all the photos during our
See,
presentation.
when we do our Vision-y Sunday thing as a part of our annual meeting every year, it's me the week before scrambling and going back through all of the social media, which
Right.
80% of it comes from my phone.
Yeah.
And so that's
This makes it really, really nice. So even all of our major events, we have, I mean, Frank's kind of scrolling through it right now.
Yeah.
We have professional shots of pretty much everything we do, as long as Carlos is there. Now, if Carlos is out that weekend, then
no
yeah.
photos.
then nothing cool can happen
No,
that week.
Carlos must be there in order for the really cool photos to be taken.
Well, Tim, I did send you that video link there in our messages, but and we've gotten a good bit of feedback on what that is too, and it's been shared a bunch of times, and the families of people that weren't here. I'm just always curious to know, the hows and whys people do different things.
Sure.
And I was curious as to why you guys had moved to the courtyard. So
Florida, weather, the crowd gathers.
Was it in between services that way instead of?
Now it's after third service.
Okay.
But it gives us time to get ready, to get out there. Our people can pick up their kids. When it was in service, I like that you do it with the kids still in the room, because there were some kids that wanted to be in there, so we were trying to get the kids in there by the end of the service. It was tricky. This way, it gives everybody time to get out there. We all have time to change before the baptism actually happens,
I do wonder.
So that you're not baptizing in your preaching clothes.
which I have done before.
Yeah.
I do wonder. Obviously, what you just said is going to be an issue, but if you baptize between the second and third service, you would get like more people
For sure.
at the baptism.
But then,
I could easily
and you
change.
could change. Yeah.
you'll have time because there's like 3
Yeah.
songs.
You're just not making announcements.
So then the baptism service would take place at 10:30, in between
Af-
second and third.
Yeah, and you let everyone know ahead of time, like, come early if you're in third.
Yep.
Stay around a little bit.
If you're-
Parking's going to be an issue, and that's a good thing.
That would be the tricky one. We actually don't have enough parking spots to fill second and third, so that we have to. Whenever our services run long, I'm like hearing reports from the parking team like we're out of spots. Like we have to, like the service has to end in order for the next people to park. I mean, imagine you know your parking situation.
Yeah.
Like it is a real thing when your parking is limited.
We're having to.
There's
There's like spots that aren't spots that people try to sneak into all the time.
Yep.
That we're having to. We are having to like put. This is a golf cart only spot, and because we're in downtown Safety Harbor, we have golf carts that will sneak in there.
Well,
So-
we're big fans of baptisms. We're big fans of baptism Sundays, and really anytime you want to get baptized, like I think we're all for it. It's a ton of fun.
Yes, I like the anytime you want to get baptized, but I also think the momentum of several people getting baptized at once.
It's cool.
Is a cool thing.
That's what I
But
would-
also,
yeah.
it's like a baby dedication. Like a constant barrage of this is
Mm-hmm.
you never know what service it's going to happen in is cool. But
Yeah, we've gone back and forth with the baby dedications. Like, do we, like, some churches are like, Mother's Day, we're dedicating all 47 babies at one time. And it's like, oh, yeah, but then the rest of the year, what's nice about one or two families at a time is typically I'll let the family know, like, they'll pick the date well in advance. It'll give them time to invite their family, and people will come in from all over the country for their baby
But
dedication.
also, if you were, could you imagine if you had 8 families at a time?
We wouldn't be able to do it.
That'd be
Because typically,
a lot.
The last 2 baby dedications we've done, the family has brought in 2 rows of people.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine, like, if you did 10 families, that we would have.
Mercy Me wrote a
space.
song about that. That's what it was about. I could only imagine if we had a bigger
if we
baby
had
dedication
baby
Sunday.
dedications with more than 2 families.
Surrounded by the babies. That's not how it goes.
But I wonder
it's a different song.
if 50 families are having a dedication the same day, is it less special per family, which so
Yeah.
they don't really invite all their family to it then? I don't know. I could see it anyway.
I get it. It all makes sense. Well,
I'm a big fan of spreading around.
but also if you're doing it outside, you can't play a video because you're outside.
For baptisms?
Yeah.
Well, yes and no. We could play the video inside before we go outside.
Yeah.
Which would make sense too.
Or you could play a video highlighting it to the services that didn't get to see it.
That's true. That's true.
But of course,
You know, that's a good idea. Frank, we actually should have done that. Hey, first and second service, after third, last week we had our baptism Sunday. We wanted to show you a quick highlight of all that God's done. Or it just rolls during the countdown video.
yeah.
That's a good idea. Did not
See,
think about that.
again, we have our kids in worshiping with us for welcome announcements, call to worship, first couple of songs.
Our safety team
and then-
would kill us.
Yeah, I'm sure. But then
If we had kids walking around you have a secure building, our
Yeah.
kids would have to walk outside.
Yeah, well, our kids do walk outside. They walk out those doors and into the fellowship hall.
Our safety team would never.
Well,
I'm just telling
they're walked out with several adults. But then, so
you don't know our safety team.
on that morning,
They would never.
we had communion as well, and so it was baptisms, then communion, and then the kids were dismissed.
Yesterday, someone in our YouTube chat right now was flying a drone just like for fun around
Was
the
not
second
me.
service.
He
And
let them know.
And dude, the safety team was like, "Are we getting bombed?" Like they were like,
True story.
Very nervous.
We finished the presentation on Sunday. Before I could get off the stage, the safety team was on the stage alerting me of an unidentified drone flying over our property. And I told them, it's probably Brinson. Like, he's the one who flies. And like, we don't know. No one's told us who it was. And then like 5 minutes later, I see Brinson, and he's like, yeah, it was me. I was like, you told anybody? He's like, yeah, I told the safety team. But I guess they didn't tell one person on the safety team. It was great. It was classic. Like I said,
it was awesome.
Yeah,
our
you
safety team,
probably-
they take their job serious, which
I guess so.
love.
I'm glad
so
there have been
thankful for.
0 assassination attempts of Pastor Tim.
Well,
since,
if
since
someone
that one,
Not
if
zero.
someone
Since
wanted to
that
take
one.
me out, if you didn't know, our building is surrounded by glass.
Yeah, it
If
wouldn't-
you're perched in the woods, we're done.
yeah,
I do get worried that one day
that would be awful. By the way, because of if they're taking you from that angle, then the first couple rows are
You get
just
spot-
in the splash zone.
Oh, it'd be
That'd
terrible.
be horrible.
This is getting dark, but there is
Wait
there,
until our story to end this.
there is a
It's
there-
getting dark and squishy.
there is a buck that lives out in the woods that's been
Hangs out.
showing up.
First service gets the full view.
So I'm wondering if the buck will like one day like just crash into the glass and like
That would be hilarious.
that'd be crazy.
Deer comes crashing through the glass.
It
into the
hasn't
worship
happened
center.
in service, but it has happened before service.
Not crashing, but walk by. Oh, well, we've had deer walk by. This past Sunday, a deer walked by.
I'm saying we have had deer crash into the building.
Oh.
We showed up on a Sunday morning with blood-stained carpets and broken glass, and we realized that it was animal blood, and a deer had gotten in and gotten out.
Glad to get
How did it get in?
It
through the glass.
sprinted into the glass.
And then it got back out, but it got cut up.
Yes.
Wow. What a
We walked in on a Sunday morning and thought there had been a murder. It was on the stage, so behind the stage is where it came in.
You know, like church
With blood, with glass and blood shattered all over.
I remember
the
when
stage.
that window got shattered.
Wow.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
That's crazy.
Animal blood. It's fine. Hey,
You know.
you never know what's going to happen at Lakeview, Frank.
Remember the day
magical,
a congregant
magical place.
killed a deer that got hit by a car and then like took it home and ate it or whatever? That's so fun.
I hope they made like venison sausage and stuff.
He absolutely did, and it was glorious. Almost as good as the time the deputy decided to put the deer out of its misery by discharging his firearm and not telling our safety team
That's a story. That's a
that
story.
on property a gunshot is going to go off with the safety team already on high alert. Like we were like full blown lockdown. Like what is happening?
As good of the time that the guys that you used to let skeet shoot on the property, they brought their shotguns and were shooting when an election team was setting up. Because Lakeview is also a polling place, and so the polling officials were setting up, and guys were just firing shotguns 100 yards away, and they got scared.
Brittany's wondering if the safety team needs to start weekly sweeping the woods. You never know.
I think they are.
Rick says for the 300th episode, hey, it's coming. This might happen. Tim will kick Frank into the baptismal and shout, "This is Lakeview" in pure 300 fashion. This is Sparta. Rick, this is genius.
That's a great idea.
Shirtless, of course. Tim, not Frank. Although we made a really Okay.
Hurtful.
So there was a shirtless Frank joke yesterday that I had delivered the joke in the run through on Thursday night. Not intending to put it in the actual Sunday presentation, and afterwards we were talking through it. And Frank
Are you
was
Are you guys running through sermons now on Thursdays?
we did this one because it was a full presentation with multiple presenters. So this was like a Thursday at 9:30, 8:30, and Frank said, "Tim, you have to keep the shirtless joke in there." It was really funny.
I thought it was really funny.
And sure enough, like at all three services, it landed so well. I don't know if it's just the thought of Frank running shirtless around the campus, which caused the disc golf course to shut down.
Besides me talking about the church plant, my whole goal for the Vision Sunday was just to punch up jokes for them. So like I was like, "Hey Sam, talk about the Octagon being a UFC arena for the kids. Talk about this. Talk about the creatine." And I just kept punching up jokes the whole time.
So we had the Octagon joke, the
let's
creatine joke, the shirtless Frank joke. So
let's get into Vision Sunday because as someone who was not a part of it, I couldn't watch on the live stream because it was
Did you get the email?
Lakeview only. I think I'm off the email list for some reason.
Oh, you
I
got
will
cut.
forward it to you. You can, at your leisure, give it a watch. We twice a year we have two big meetings. One of which requires actual voting and businessy things. The other is more of an update and a look ahead and a look behind. Vision Sunday happens in July. This is our, hey, here's what's been going on the last 6 months. Here's what's coming up over the next 6 months. And then we start to take a peek ahead. Here's what's coming up the next 3 to 5 years. I told Steph last night, I think yesterday will be...
Was Sunday.
It'll be the last time we do this on a Sunday morning. I think moving forward, trying to do it 3 times at 3 services, it was fine, but like I saw quite a few first-timers. I'm like, it just feels weird. Like, I don't know. It just felt weird. I think what we'll do moving forward is it'll be a, hey, come back tonight. We've got a lot
And
to
then
share.
you'll be like all the mega churches that only do communion quarterly at night because it's
That's not
they
true.
don't want to make people feel uncomfortable who are visiting.
Well,
Does church exist for the members or for the people that are not yet members?
come back tonight. We'll
Okay.
share all the great stuff. People want to, open the Word of God and...
Because if Lakeview is anything, it's seeker sensitive. That's for sure.
Hilarious joke.
So yesterday, Vision Sunday, we had a ton of fun with this. I think there was 67 slides to get through.
It's a lot of slides.
It was a lot. One of our elders, he crushes it with this. He does all the charts and the graphs and the fun stuff. I just get to go in and basically change around the pictures each time. And the scary thing with these projections, we do like a, here's where we've been attendance-wise, here's where we're going, like based on the trends. And when we first started doing this, I was like, okay, that's like wishful thinking.
All right.
I was fine presenting it, thinking, yeah, this won't happen. The scary thing is we've been doing this 4 years in a row, and all 4 years the projections have been met, if not exceeded, every single time. Which is terrifying.
The one thing about these presentations is that John LaRue, who's one of the elder emeritus, does such a good job of getting the data and then putting it in a nice slide deck.
Yeah.
Like it's
pretty.
It's so well done.
It's easy to read. It looks good. It's not just numbers. There's graphs. There's charts. There's all the things.
All the good things.
All the good things.
Yeah, that's really good.
So that's what we did. We talked about Frank a lot, and then Frank got his own portion of the service, which arguably I think was the most compelling. He did not sit.
What? Why? What's the point? Are you trying to not be like Jesus?
Frank, why don't you walk through a little bit? I mean, I was stoked. I asked if I could join the plant immediately following.
He did. He made a joke about that. Like, you need a teaching pastor?
It was very good. It was very good.
I mean, it was a portion where we were talking about future stuff. We had just talked about introducing modulars for added kids ministry space, and then it was about the church plant. And then I came up and I kind of just cast a vision of where we're going to be, what we're doing, kind of the point behind the name. And it all climaxed with a moment where I shared a story about where a couple from West Virginia moved down here after hearing me preach for 30 minutes in their church, and now they live in Tampa. They are going to Lakeview, and they're joining us to start this church. And that if God can move people from West Virginia to Tampa to start this church, it's exciting to see what God's going to do with the locals who are already here. And so it was cool, and a lot of people came up to me. The only unfortunate thing was it was 100 degrees yesterday.
So hot.
So I was like out in the courtyard.
They had a table outside, sweating.
And I'm just like,
although the new shirts, which why are we not wearing them right now?
I wasn't given one.
Order 2 new shirts.
Basically,
I
all
wasn't
want them.
I wasn't given a cross and crown.
Every
shirt.
time Frank orders stuff, he normally orders enough for his friends, but for some reason, Cross and Crown is very.
This is all last minute. Sam was like, "Do you think you can get a shirt in time?" And at first, I was like, "I don't know." And then I was like, "Okay, I'll go get one."
The shirts are awesome.
It was fun. It was great. I'm glad we got them. I didn't realize that like half of the congregation asked me, "Hey, are we going to sell this with the other Lakeview shirts?"
Yes.
And I was like, I wasn't planning on this. And then
why wouldn't?
And then I get a bunch of DMs like, "Where's my shirt?" I'm like,
just because Cross and Crown doesn't talk about Lakeview doesn't mean Lakeview won't talk about Cross and Crown.
That's not
like,
true.
We love you. We're stoked.
Wow.
whatever. But it was good. And then what's funny is after I talked, Sam had this bit in all 3 services like, "That's enough about Frank. Let's move on."
Yeah.
And then
That was good.
It was about the building project.
So we talked Cross and Crown Church. We talked the portables going in for kids ministry.
Yeah, where are they going? I don't know any of this. I thought we were friends.
I will send you the deck.
You know where the kids ministry and the student ministry is?
Yes.
On just to the right
Remember
of that.
where the trees used to be before the hurricanes took them out?
Yes.
They're right there.
Yeah,
The trees that like were planted, the skinny little trees.
No, the giant oak. that used to be there.
yes.
So 3 portables are going right there.
Okay, so you're still gonna have like some grassy space between.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the octagon? Is
The
it a gaga-
octagon joke. So
I didn't know if that was like a gaga ball pit or.
So we have a 25,500 square foot space being built in the field where the cross is right now. And on the other side of that, we have, for now, and it'll probably change, but it was going to be the playground. And for some reason, it looks like an octagon right now. So in the graphic that we showed the congregation, it was billed as like the octagon for kids to fight in.
Perfect.
It'd be great if it was a cage too. That'd be sick.
I mean, listen, if the White House can host UFC fights for our nation's anniversary coming up,
Guys, this is serious.
then we can absolutely host fights at Lakeview.
City Light says, speaking of shirts, to celebrate, you ready for this, guys?
I'm ready.
To celebrate your 300th episode, I have a gift. Okay?
I'm ready.
I need someone to reach out with an address I can send some stuff to. Andrew is on it right now.
Except you're on YouTube, and I can't comment on the YouTube.
But don't you have like
No, you know who this is.
I know.
You can.
Okay, I can't do it right now, though.
Andrew's on right now.
Okay.
Right this second. We got you. We
got
can't
you.
wait. We're so stoked. If anybody else wants to send us things for our 300th episode,
401 2nd Street North.
we will
Safety
wear
Harbor,
them.
Florida.
We will eat them if it's food, whatever it is.
34695.
If it's a It's an edible arrangement.
I love edible arrangements.
Strawberries in the shape of a big 300.
This one time, my grandma died, and the church that I was at previously, they sent me an edible arrangement, and I thought, this is odd, but I love it.
Oh, like 2 or 3 times a year, my mom will like, hey, did you get that thing? I'm like, what? She'll go look at your front door. And it's an edible arrangement sitting outside. I'm like, this is awesome. Like, it's the most random.
Your mom just thought you needed some pineapple.
I think what happens, Bonnie Miller gets a coupon, and it's like,
think it's
Timothy
exactly
would love
what
this.
it is.
And we just feast on
Here's my question.
chocolate-covered
Strawberries.
fruit.
You are
It's
one of
awesome.
you are one of 5 children. Do
But-
your
and-
brothers and sister
and you're
get
the
edible
favorite
arrangements
children.
as well?
I don't know. They should ask them. It's been a long time. You know, I wonder if that dried up for that reason. They realized no one else is getting
They
them.
realized that only Tim is getting the edible arrangements. Listen, I don't know all of your siblings, but you're my favorite, so I understand why your parents might feel the same way.
All right, Andrew, before we get to your whatever story is,
It's
Frank, we need to know
So disturbing.
where did you get the new shirts from? They were super comfy. Can we talk about that, or is it like...
I mean, it's not. No, we can talk about it.
We can talk about it on this show. We couldn't talk about it on Practically Pastoring. That's for sure.
Yeah, I got it from Sunday Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because Lakeview still does their branding through Sunday Cool.
Yeah.
No, that totally makes
Yeah,
sense. All good.
Yeah. So
We have some new like Lakeview polos. Have you tried these on yet?
Tim, I've been wanting to talk to you about these polos.
I haven't tried them on.
Frank and I were discussing the polos at
Has
Starbucks this
anybody
morning.
worn them yet?
I don't know, but the polos.
We need a
I've been wanting to
fashion
talk to you about
show.
this for every Sunday. I look at them, I'm like, who made this decision to get this style of polo?
Is it like
There's
the
no-
logo, like in the corner?
There's no buttons here.
That's the female shirt. There's a male and female polo.
Maybe I haven't seen the male polo.
Yeah,
but-
the female one doesn't have the buttons.
okay.
Just that there's more cleavage? Is that the goal? Is that the kind of church Lakeview is? I know you're seeker sensitive. I didn't know you're that seeker sensitive.
Stephanie says, very important question here. Of all of your 100 episodes, Steph, it's 300. We're coming up on 300. You should know this. You're my wife. Word on the street is that it was Live with the Wives that was our highest view. Is that still true?
I don't, because we switched hosting things when we
For the longest time.
when we acquired the URL from Download Youth Ministry.
Yeah.
We had to make some changes, and
right.
so hang on, I'm trying to find.
But this, I mean, what she's saying isn't wrong. It's still, I mean, it was a very highly viewed episode. So
It was
should we
very-
bring it back?
Maybe.
Like it just starts up and it's Steph, Mel, and Corey sitting here. What would they talk about?
I don't know. I think it would be.
Frank is
wonderful.
just giggling, like he's very
I'm
excited.
trying
about this
to think
idea.
of the logistics here. Like, is your wife working?
Not right
She's
now.
not. We haven't been able to do this because your wife is always working.
So currently, of the past,
We could actually make this work. Like we sit right there. while they do the-
episode 39. Clearly, we hit our peak a long time ago. Episode 39 seems to be the highest rated.
What?
That
Episode
Go
39?
below that.
I think a lot of what this is
Christmas episodes crush.
Christmas episodes crush. I think a lot of what this is that episodes that we had previously done when we switched everything over, some of them like got counted twice. Because remember, for a season on Apple, we were listed twice, so everything
right.
got published twice.
Brittany says yes, bring it back. I guess it's gonna have to happen.
What if they're live with the wives, but like their job is to impersonate us and our mannerisms?
They have to literally like wear.
So
what we
Stephanie's
wear.
is like, wearing a tank top and like whatever 4-inch seam shorts you got on, and be like,
We should talk about the shirt
"Hi."
that you were wearing out in public on Saturday or Friday night.
What shirt?
The shirt that your wife sent me a picture of is like, this is
Why
what
did she post that? I went to the beach.
I'm just
We
saying.
were going to the beach.
That's the real reason that Tim ordered those cleavagey polos because he likes to wear them and flex and have, way too much Tim
if
skin
you
showing.
live in the Tampa Bay area, you
did you
know
say?
Tim skin.
Oh my God.
What did you think I said?
I don't know.
Frenchie's is on the water. If you're going to Frenchie's, you're probably going to the beach. We went to Frenchie's.
I'm just
I
saying-
didn't button up the shirt because we were just going to walk out to the
I'm
water.
just saying when I'm eating, I
There's
don't
not a lot
want
of AC
navel
in
hair
there.
to be out. It's a weird rule of mine. Call me crazy.
Back to the original topic. No, I haven't seen anyone wear the polos, but Lakeview softball jerseys are the sickest.
Well, you know why?
I don't.
He's right here. Jimmy Larkins, good morning, buddy.
They're so nice. They're so cool.
He's the one who helped us get those.
Would you rock a Lakeview?
I would-
Would you preach in a Lakeview softball?
I would
jersey?
unironically wear that,
Bro,
I would wear it open and just be like, let's go. Like,
Jimmy has
never
the
won.
most and the best connections in the softball world than anyone I've ever met.
I will never be on the field, but I'll totally rock that jersey.
He
It'd be
has
so
a
fun.
bat named after him.
It's kind of cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah, the jersey's sick.
The jerseys are so cool. They're amazing. Andrew, we've been putting this off long enough.
It's time.
Here's the deal. I'll preface it with this. If you have to go back and rewatch a certain episode or two, we have discussed this
I don't know when. It was a long time ago.
this very disturbing topic before. I'm not going to go into detail on what it means. I don't. think we
Tim
need to.
described it in great depth, and you were like telling a camp. This is like
I'm
early.
pretty sure
this
I was-
is like in the double-digit episodes. So
Andrew-
maybe that was our most popular episode that we saw way back then.
Jimmy, we're going to be placing orders. Steph wants an extra small. I'll take a large. We would be wearing those jerseys everywhere. Here's the deal. I was still a youth pastor when we shared this.
Yes.
So there's probably some things I wouldn't say now that I was.
And
fine with
you
saying
told
then.
a story, and you described what it meant to Waffle Stomp.
Oh, we're at this moment of the
You were-
podcast.
we were-
Frank, is there anything else you need to add
Is there
before
anything
before
serious
this thing
you need to
just
talk
goes
about?
Before this show gets
Before this
canceled.
gets-
we will be
awful.
done, and we probably won't ever speak again.
Yeah, no, we're hopefully we make it to next week's episode.
Hopefully we make it to 300.
Hey, 299 was a good run.
Listen,
guys. It was a good run.
If I could tell the story of accidentally taking kids on a mission trip to a brothel, I can tell
Well, you
this.
already-
Look, it
you
was
already
a
said
barber
way
shop.
too much.
You didn't know
I
that
didn't
behind
know.
the barber shop there were.
That they were trying to take us by the hand to the back room of the barber shop. It was bad.
That was bad.
I can't and when this happened, it was like one of the most horrific moments of my life. And my wife's first question, once the hyperventilating had stopped, was, "Are you going to tell Tim?" And I said, "No, I need to save this and tell him on the show." So Tim, this is about a month ago.
You've held on to this for a month.
I know.
We used to be friends.
I know, Tim. It'll be worth it. I promise.
month?
It will be worth it.
Come on.
I'm in Arkansas.
Come on.
My in-laws' house is a weird floor plan. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, but the one bathroom is like next to the kitchen, and all 3 bedrooms are on the same hallway.
Yeah.
So there's a bathroom that like never gets used and a bathroom that everybody uses.
Scary.
And so I'm not feeling great. I don't know how your tummy does when you travel, but so the bathroom was used, and then a couple of kids of mine had also been having some intestinal distress, and so this one bathroom, I was like, man, it is rank in here. I don't know what's going on. You should also know that the previous owner of the house was in a wheelchair, and so there were some modifications made, probably not by professionals. And so the shower, you could like wheel in, wheel out of the shower kind of thing. So it's at a little bit of a dip, and there's a you can picture it.
Got it.
So I'm in the bathroom after we've been gone for like 6 or 8 hours, and I'm like, why in the world
Oh, no.
does it still smell like this? Like I'm putting like Lysol toilet bowl cleaner in. I'm like
I don't like
trying
where this
to
is going.
And so like I'm scrubbing the toilet, thinking like my kids have done this to my in-laws' house. This is horrible. Also, my in-laws are so generous. When we show up for a couple weeks at a time, they go and they stay in their RV and like just give us the whole house. So it was a Larson that did this in my mind.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, I don't know which of my kids has done this, but it's awful. So the next morning, I get up, I go into the bathroom. I'm about to take a shower, and I'm like, it is still awful in here. This is crazy. So I turn the shower on. I brush my teeth, do like the stuff while the water is heating up. I get in the shower, and I look down, and there's a washcloth on the floor in the shower.
Oh, no.
And like it's like fallen off, like what you hang the washcloth on or something.
Starting to
I'm like,
sweat.
What is going on? And so I pick up the washcloth, and under the washcloth is the biggest Snickers bar. Maybe a Baby Ruth, maybe a Nutty Buddy, but you know what I'm saying. It
Cosmic Brownie?
It was. Here's what you need to know. And so I pick up the washcloth, and I'm like, "Huh," and I immediately start heaving because it is just that. And also remember, I've had the water on to get it hot, so the steam is now hitting it. And I'm thinking, what in the world? And I'm like, which of my kids had an accident?
Just covered it with a washcloth.
Didn't tell us. And so I'm, naked at this point. And I'm like, Melissa, you need to get in here. I don't know what to. And she's like, So she thinks I've like fallen in the shower. And again, fortunately,
Believable. That could happen.
There's handicap rails in the shower because the previous owner was in a wheelchair.
Sure.
So that works out well. And then I say something. She's like, "What do you mean, one of our kids? Our kids tell us, like, if our kid had an accident, they would tell us." My father-in-law, for his 65th birthday, was gifted 2 Maine Coons. If you don't know what a Maine Coon is, they are the cats that grow to be about 3.5 feet long. They're giant, and they're the sweetest cats. They poop big, Tim.
What? The cats?
They poop real big.
Do they also
grab
washcloths?
And as cats do, when they go, they cover it. So yes. So I think what happened was a kid went to the bathroom in the middle of the night. The cats try to follow you into the bathroom because like, hey, someone's up and wants to give me affection. And I think a kid locked a cat in the bathroom overnight.
Oh.
And so here I am in the shower, already wet, and it's just there in the corner.
Andrew.
And I'm like, what do I do at this point? It's been hit by the water for a good 10 minutes at this point.
What ideas do you have right now?
The whole house has, like, when we walked into the house the night before, I was like, kids, whichever one of you that was, we're going to the doctor when we get home from this trip. It was like that. And I think of my friend Tim. And I think, what would Tim do in this situation? And I know the answer because there's only one thing to do.
I have been there, but I'm just going to tell you it was not.
It was traumatizing. Fortunately, here are the 2 things I have going for me. Again, like I said, this bathroom was renovated for the previous owner in the wheelchair, and so
same, Brittany. Same. This is why Brittany will never be a cat person.
The drain like pops off, so like you just like have so there's no grate. Like you can like pry the drain off fairly easily. So then the tube the drain is just there open if you do this.
The grate is what gives it
the waffle texture,
effect.
yes. But also because of the previous owner being handicapped, you can adjust the height and pull the wand off.
Yeah.
And so I'm able to pull the wand off and then just I did it. It took me a while. And then afterwards,
so you used the pressure.
I used the pressure of the water
to slowly
get it,
the cat fecal matter,
and then turned it.
This is the content we came for.
And then I had to turn the pressure, but it has been there for a good 28 hours at this point.
What about the washcloth?
The washcloth.
Throw it away.
Yeah, I threw it away. I made an executive decision. And I threw
it.
away the washcloth. And then I took the longest shower of my life. I wanted to sit on the floor and cry, but I wasn't. I was not sitting on that floor at that point. And so then I'm using the toilet cleaner to get the grout there in the shower that's been tarnished. It was horrible. One of the most traumatic experiences of my life, and I knew it was a cat. It was not a human. I can't imagine how awful that would be.
Steph, this is why I tell all of our daughters, our boys are absolutely gross.
It was incredibly traumatic.
We're all just staring at Frank's face right now. I am so glad to hear you did not traditionally waffle stomp it down.
I'm glad that I would have had if the grate would.
I'm so thankful the grate moved.
I could not pull up the grate.
The shower head was retractable. Otherwise, this could have been really bad.
And I within 10 minutes, like the whole house smelled better. It was
that shower drain, baby.
That shower drain. It was.
Guys, there's only 2 episodes left of 50 States in 50 Days for Ryan Trahan.
Okay.
I'd much rather finish that series than finish this story.
I was so sad they only got to do 1 day in Alaska.
I know. Let's get out of here.
It was a real experience.
This is so gross.
I've been sitting on it for a month because I wanted to share it with you.
You should have sat on it longer because I didn't want it.
Jimmy says, yes, boys are gross. City Lights Church. Hey, if you got a poop story, now's the time. I drove into our church parking lot last week, and there was human poop just in the lot. City Lights Church might be time to put up a security cam. We had a bit of a...
So you can watch somebody poop? That's weird.
Well, that way you could catch the person. Okay. It happened in our area with security cam footage being posted all over Trinity Chat. Determined to catch the person who was doing this.
Wasn't there a name like the Trinity Poop Band?
Yeah, it was like the Trinity Pooper or something.
Jeff Simpson had someone, like, they have like an entrance, like it's a basement entrance to their church, and someone was coming there and like peeing on the steps to the entrance of the basement on a regular basis. That's weird.
Steph says, now I know why you don't make any money from this show. Look, we've never made a dime. You know that, Stephanie.
Listen,
you have access to our bank account.
There was a time when
We're just here for the people.
I was in middle school and I had two friends we had I don't know what to say,
No
a dinner
one will
party.
ever
There were
sponsor
just
this show now.
multiple people eating dinner at my house, and I was down at North City Park, about a mile and a half from here in Safety Harbor, trying to explain to
North
my
City
two
Park.
friends that don't live in Safety Harbor that no, there's homeless people that live in these woods. They have a tree fort that they live in.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't believe me. And so in my middle school brain, the easiest way to prove to them that homeless people did in fact live in those woods were to leave some evidence behind of a human who might not have plumbing access in the woods. It's not my proudest moment.
You know, Netflix just did a cover story on the poop cruise that I showed my older kids, and they are intrigued.
I want to watch that.
They want to go on a cruise?
No, we're going to watch the story
Okay.
tonight.
Frank's going on a Disney cruise.
Well, hopefully he has no issues there.
I
This
want-
is my biggest fear when it comes to cruises.
I went on a Royal Caribbean. It's like the oldest ship in their fleet. No issues. It was great.
Nobody disappeared.
No one disappeared.
The plumbing didn't stop.
No, but it's like cruise plumbing is weird because like you flush and then like it's like an airplane toilet, but yeah, and like
don't make that noise.
you hit the you hit the button
like
and
an
then
airplane.
you wait for a few minutes and then it goes. Yeah. Listen, it was traumatic.
We're
I'm
supposed to eat
glad
lunch.
I could share it with you. Let's have chili.
Not chili.
Oh, it's too hot.
Frank, what you got? Anything ministry related?
I'm preaching next Sunday.
You are.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. It's the,
So we can talk-
the misunderstood passage.
Misused. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Romans 8:28. Hey, we're
Good one.
gonna.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna have a 300th episode. We have to figure out what we're gonna do.
We should.
It's going to be special.
We've been planning this for years.
It will
just
not be in the
out loud.
shower.
No.
It will be possibly on location somewhere.
Somewhere, we don't know.
We don't know.
Or
Stay
maybe
tuned.
or maybe not. We'll probably be like Sunday night. Oh yeah, we're doing that tomorrow, huh? Cool, huh?
In true morning after fashion.
Just so it's stated, I think back in like April, I was like, guys, I'm doing the math here.
Yeah.
We should plan something.
Yeah.
And everyone's like,
Oh yeah, we totally should.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
cut my macros using ChatGPT. That's what we're talking about.
I still do that.
I don't know what macros are, and I'm okay with that.
Macronutrients, we'll talk about it at lunch.
Hey, we'll see you next week. It'll be episode 300. We're very excited.
300 is coming. We miss you. See you soon.
Bye.